let's talk about nutrition. Now, protists, because they all are all over the place, excuse me, they have different kinds of nutrition. So we've been over these two words before, so these should not be new to you, but many of them are autotrophs, which means that they make their own food. They're photosynthetic. They have chloroplast that contain chlorophyll. And this is going to be our algae. Algae is an example of a protist that's an autotroph. Then other protists are heterotrophs, and that means that they have to get their own food by eating other organisms or the byproducts. Some protists obtain their energy the same way that fungi do. The way that fungi get their environment is called absorptive nutrition. You probably need to know that word. If I ask you for the type of feeding, it's extracellular. With fungi, what they do is the fungus protists, they're usually under leaf litter on the bottom of the forest floor. Some of the fungus release these really powerful enzymes out of the body of the fungus into their environment. It's kind of like a spider, what a spider does. When he wraps up his prey in his net and then he injects it with enzymes and makes a milkshake out of his bug. Well, that's kind of what fungus do. They release these enzymes on the outside of the body of the fungus, and then they wait, and those enzymes start breaking down the leaf litter and anything that might be on the bottom of the forest floor. And then over time, they absorb that nutrition, which could be a byproduct. That's what it means from what they're breaking down. If they're breaking down leaves, then the organic compound that make the leaves up, those are byproducts, and they're going to absorb it back into their body. So the type of digestion is actually called extracellular because they do their digesting on the outside of their body. On the contrary, you have intracellular digestion because you eat your food, you take it in, you swallow it, it goes down into your stomach where you digest. So because you have a cavity or a stomach in which to digest your food, you have intracellular digestion. But for fungus and these types of protists, they do not. They're actually digesting their food on the outside of their body, so it's called extracellular digestion. And the type of nutrition, now that's going to be different than digestion. The type of nutrition is called absorptive nutrition because they are absorbing the nutrients from what they're breaking down. So we have protists now that are unicellular or multicellular, and now we see that some of them are capable of making their own food because they are autotrophic and they have chloroplast with chlorophyll, so they're capable of taking the sun rays and making their food. And then we have some that cannot do that they either have to feed off of another organism, they have to eat something like we do, we're heterotrophs, in order to get our nutrition, or they're going to behave like fungus where they break the food down on the outside of their body and then they absorb it back in.